We got Neil Magny back here on the program who's going to be taking on Vicente Luque at UFC Rochester on May 18th. Neil, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. It's good to catch up with you again. Of course, I saw you, or I should say I talked to you very briefly when I was interviewing Curtis Blades. You interrupted the interview, but glad to see everything's going well and everything's good. And it's been a couple months since we've seen you. Of course, you last fought in November, and here we are talking about a fight in May. Was this the right amount of time off?
It's a little more than I wanted, but I think everything happens for a reason. It gave me plenty of time to work with the things that I need to work with, figure out my coaching situation, figure out all those things that I need to focus on. So not having a fight and not having to jump right back into another training camp gave me some time to really focus on some things that needed some immediate attention.
Did you take any time off, going on any vacations, anything like that? Because you had a pretty busy year.
No, actually, I took some time off to recover, but as soon as the doctor said, "All right, you're good to go, get back to training," I was right back in the gym, working on some of the things I need to work on.
Were there any fights in the works, or was this just the only offer you got between now and November, or I guess the end of November, I should say?
Yeah, it was just kind of the only offer that came out, and like I said, I was working through a lot of things with my coaches and that kind of thing, and the coaches made a group decision saying that waiting for me to had me wait for another fight was the best decision, just so I can really have more time to focus on some different technical aspects and things like that leading up to my next bout.
And you mentioned the coaching and all that stuff. Like, as far as I know, did Genesis and Elevation kind of merge together? Because I know you guys are like training with Justin Gaethje now. Like what's the latest on that?
So it's just kind of like our open door policy. I mean, at the end of the day, we just want to get better. I mean, if getting better means guys from Genesis, Factory X, whomever in Colorado needs to come over and get some good work with us, by all means, let's get over here and do that. I mean, the way I look at it is we're going against some of the best teams in the world, some of the best guys in the world. You have guys at ATT who train there who come from all over the world. I mean, these guys come from Russia, South America, all over the U.S., all over Europe, and they're all down at ATT training to become champions. So if we can do that in Colorado and have people come together, train, and go chase those belts, then why not? Why not take advantage of that?
Who would you say has been the biggest benefit that you've got to train with or work with from that merger, so to speak, or the open door policy, as you like to say, that's been helping you for this fight?
Gaethje's been a pretty good addition to the team. We have some young guys coming up, like Grant Neal, for example. He recently signed with Bellator. He's been a great addition to being able to spar with. I mean, the guy's real athletic. He's real aggressive when he spars, that kind of thing. So it was good to get that refreshing feeling of someone coming to take your head off and not have to wait till training, or I'm sorry, have to wait till the fight to feel that kind of pressure. So having those guys from Genesis come over has been a great addition for the team.
Let's talk about your last fight quickly. Santiago Ponzinibbio. I know things didn't go your way in that one, but I'm sure, like you said, you've had time to learn, reflect, all that. What did you learn the most from that performance?
The biggest thing is preparation. I mean, one of the worst feelings in that fight was sitting there getting my butt kicked and hearing his coach tell him some techniques and some things to do in the fight, and I'm sitting there as I get my butt kicked, I'm like, damn, that's some good advice. These guys really prepared hard for this fight. They really did their homework, really studied, and really made sure that they did the things that would help them be successful in this fight. And that was my biggest takeaway coming from that fight. I was like, I'm a guy who's always going to work hard. I'm going to bust my butt and outwork any single person in the room. But at the end of the day, I need to also focus on what it is I'm working hard at. So that was the biggest takeaway from that fight, was just me sitting down with my coaches, getting a plan together, and making sure that I'm not just going through the motions of training, but really focusing on the things that are going to help me be successful come fight time.
Let's talk about fight time. May 18th, UFC Rochester. Mentioned it off the top. How cool is it, first off, to fight on this card with your buddy Austin Hubbard, who got signed to the UFC? He's going to be making his debut on that. You must be stoked about that.
Oh, man, I was super excited for this kid. I mean, I remember meeting him about 3 years ago, and he was like, "Hey, Neil, you still have that room open in your house? I'm thinking about moving to Colorado." And I initially kind of blew him off. I was like, "Yeah, sure, move to Colorado, whatever." So I told him the room was available, and I kind of never followed up with it. And I was actually in Japan, and he called me and said, like, "Hey, Neil, I'm on my way to Colorado. Is that room for sure open?" I was like, holy crap, you're actually coming. And so it's been real cool to see him actually, like, pack up, move to Colorado, chase his dreams, and now make it a reality again, a UFC debut. So I couldn't be happy for the kid. I couldn't be more proud for the kid, and I'm excited to watch him go out there and really shine in UFC.
For those who haven't seen him, what can they expect? I mean, anyone who's watched the LFA title fight where he won the title over Mata, I mean, that was an impressive performance. But what can you tell folks at home who might not be familiar with the newcomer?
Man, this kid's exciting. He works his butt off. He's real crafty. He has a lot of sneaky things he does in the fight, and he brings the fight to whomever he's fighting. So I expect nothing less going into his UFC debut. I'm sure he's going to come out the gate, guns blazing, ready to put on a show for the fans. So I'm excited, just as a fan should be excited for this fight, to watch him go out there and put in the work.
I hear he's good at Mario Kart on the N64 as well. Can you confirm this?
I haven't had a chance to play on a Mario Kart yet. I mean, I think that'll be my one time to get advantage of him. I mean, being a little bit older than these guys, they tend to kick my butt when it comes to like Call of Duty and that kind of thing. So I'd like to get a chance at the Mario Kart and see how I match up with my system, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, I hear though Carrington Banks is the champ at that. That's what everyone's been telling me. Like he's supposedly the best. He beats everyone. Is this true?
I mean, yeah, it's his system. I mean,
there you go. Okay, that makes sense. Then he has lots of time to practice.
Yeah, and then he brings them to like, you guys want to play now? Like he has like 10 hours of play, so 1 hour of play. So of course he's gonna be the best one at it. So I'm not on YouTube. I'm gonna Facebook Market, that kind of thing, trying to find my own Nintendo 64 to get my own practice in. So we're gonna make a legit competition now.
There we go. All right, we got to figure it out. Let's talk about Vicente Luque. We know what this guy does. He knocks people out. What a fight he had in his last bout against Barberena. How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I feel like I match up well. This is a great fight for me. I mean, it really forces me to look adversity in the eye. I mean, I had that rough fight against Ponzinibbio last November, and it was a tough fight. Like I literally got my butt kicked. So to come up and have another guy who's pretty well rounded, an aggressive striker, it allows me to go out there and really face it for what it is. How much better did I get my time off? What did I actually learn from that Ponzinibbio fight, and go out there and put those things to play right away against Vicente?
Any past opponent remind you of him as far as who you're going to be facing off with on May 18th?
Not too much. I mean, Vicente has a real unique style. I mean, like I say, he's pretty well-rounded. He's a very aggressive striker. He likes to come forward. I can't necessarily put one fighter in particular that's similar to him, but at this point in my career, having almost 20 fights, well, to be my 21st fight in UFC, I pretty much faced every single fighter you could possibly face out there. So I'm sure it's going to be a tough fight. I'm sure it's going to be an exciting fight, but I can't wait to go out there and get the job done.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
So for this fight, I'm going to have Elliot Marshall, Christian Allen, and Dave Zabriskie. But I'm super excited that Coney Donovan and Vinny Lopez are also going to be there for this fight. So I'm going to have a full team out there leading up to this fight. So I'm really excited about that.
How do you see this fight playing out on May 18th?
I see this fight playing out great for me. I'm going to go out there and just pretty much bring the fight to him. I mean, from the time the fight begins to the time the fight ends, I'm just going to be the guy pressing on the gas and just bring the fight to him. Not give him any space to breathe, give him any room to get a strike off, but be in his face the entire time, putting a beating on him.
Do you watch professional wrestling at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so who do you like right now? What's sort of a storyline that you're really gravitating towards?
Well, I shouldn't say. I used to watch a lot of professional wrestling. Now,
then I'll back that up even further. Who are your favorite pro wrestlers growing up? Who'd you like?
Yeah, I grew up watching with the whole Macho Man, Hulk Hogan era, but then remember being in like middle school when NWO came out. That was the thing for me. I mean, we even would. I remember this being in New York. We had like these hallway battles, so to speak, where one group of kids would say, "Yeah, I'm NWO," and then the other kids say, "Yeah, I'm Generation X," and we'll just kind of wrestle out in the hallways at school and get in trouble. So that era really stuck close to me growing up.
Now, if I went to your childhood home, would I find an NWO T-shirt there?
No, couldn't afford one. So,
or you could just make one with like the white marker or something. I don't know, black T-shirt or something. Yeah, that'd be funny. That's interesting. Sure, okay, that's cool. How long were you a fan for? Because for me, it was like a 3-year period. I think from like 8th grade to 10th grade, I was like a huge wrestling fan, and then I just women came into the equation, and I kind of stopped watching. But what about you?
By the time I got to high school, I was like, that's enough of the WWF stuff. I want to go actually experience life now and get a little bit of fun in my life. So,
well, you got it. Yeah, it's too tough to keep up with it. That's what I found, right? So,
for sure. And especially that age, 13, 14 years old, it's like you don't want to be that guy talking about WWF and that kind of thing. I mean, you want to be the guy that's like talking about top topics and do topics that the girls are interested in. So,
right, yeah, I was to be strategic. That's interesting. Did you happen to catch WrestleMania, the one that they just had, or did you catch the replay or anything?
No, I didn't. I kind of missed out on that stuff. It was kind of cool. Like the other day, I was just kind of sitting around and it came on TV the other day, and it was pretty cool to see how far WWE now has come since the old days.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. And I think what's also interesting is, you're seeing, Matt Riddle and Ronda Rousey and all these MMA fighters going that route. Could we ever see a Neil Magny in the wrestling ring, you think?
Maybe I might get the stage name the Haitian Sensation and make my debut in pro wrestling. But no, I mean, those guys spend a lot of time like learn those techniques, that kind of thing. And I don't think I'll actually ever have the time to really dedicate to what it takes to become successful in the wrestling entertainment side of things. So probably not. Much as I would love to get that one match in, I don't think I'll ever have the time to actually train the way I'm supposed to get it done.
In the meantime, we're going to watch you kick some butt here on May 18th. It is UFC Rochester. Anil, always appreciate the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
At Neil Magny _170. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Really appreciate you guys following my career throughout the years, and hope you guys keep supporting me in the future. Thank you.